Welcome to Miami, baby.
Can't wait to hit up South Beach.
Once we lock down the mechanic, then we become untouchable.
Coming to Miami without coming through Foxy.
Meech, it's the MK. It's not safe for us to be here.
What up, welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we're locked in. This is what's next for episode 9 of BMF season 3, Death Trap. Now we seen that Meech is trying to get down to Atlanta and expand this operation because the Red Dogs, they knocking on the door and they ain't playing friendly. They took out the MK and got them out of Techwood. Remy Ransom has made his presence known, and also in Detroit, Terry, he has a stranglehold over the streets, and Henry, she's kind of confused on what to do next. Now, before we jump into this and break it down, if you like BMF content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions like this, tune in tonight, 2 p.m. Eastern, for that after show on the clock where we talk about each individual character and tell the story. Then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers, so I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you don't see this at 100 likes, hit that like button. Now let's go ahead and jump into it. This is what's next, episode 9, Death Trap. The description for episode 9 says, Meech and Terry travel to Miami to meet with a mechanic known as Francois. Glock and the MKs welcome the Flennory brothers in true Miami fashion. Despite the interference, the brothers escape determined to accomplish the American dream. The first thing we see is the brothers showing up in Miami at what appears to be a warehouse or a garage. Now, one thing you know about the trailers, they put them out of sequence and we have to try to piece that together. Now, once they show up here, remember they were on the phone talking about they needed a new recipe. They were trying to find a new chef to cook up some things. Meech has already been putting stash spots in different cars and they've been testing that out. And we seen old boy get arrested, but let go because they put the baking soda in there. So now that they're here, they're starting to see that this American dream can actually be accomplished as long as they get down here and meet the right people and move in the right direction. Now, we all know South Beach. If you watch Scarface, we know what went down out on South Beach. We know how Miami was one of the hubs. Well, Meech and Terry, this is a couple decades later, and I'm sure everyone's seen that movie. So you know it's, hey, if this is what we've seen in the movie and this is what potentially we're capable of achieving, then let's go ahead and do it. One thing about Meech, we already know how he was playing by looking at all of the interstates out of Atlanta. We know you can go straight down to Miami, all the way up the Eastern Seaboard, all the way back up to Detroit, St. Louis, over to Texas. So Atlanta is going to be the main hub, and that's why you have International Airport Atlanta, which is one of the busiest. But Miami is the next step. Meech and Terry poolside. You can't ask for anything better than this. You just touched down in the city. Your brother got a plan together. Y'all got some money in your pocket. And it's looking like both sides are going to be able to eat. And what I mean both sides, we got the Detroit BMF and then we got the Atlanta BMF. Terry, like I mentioned earlier, he has Detroit in the stranglehold as far as how Henry is not going to be able to operate in the streets because he's taking her connect. Now, Meech, on the other hand, he's starting fresh. Remember, Atlanta is being ran by Glock and Clyde got knocked off. So once they get here, this is where everything is going to be key. A little bit of relaxation, but then we got to get to work and go talk to Francois, the mechanic, and make sure that we can get all of these vehicles jiggy rigged so we can make sure that the work gets from point A to point B. The first clip we seen was Meech and Terry, so it was the warehouse that they're in. Now, Francois, I don't know if this is overalls or whatever it is, but it looks like he's pretty serious about this. We got the industrial fans back here, and we got a whole van, not the town and country that Terry bought for Wanda. We got the real deal van where we can stuff these vans with as much work as we need. So Francois is going to be a key part. Now, of course, if Glock and them find out who Terry and Meech are working with, they're going to probably try to get him up and out the way. But it seems like Francois is going to be top tier. He's not going to be like how it was in Atlanta. This is going to be on a whole new scale. Remember in Atlanta, when they were putting it indoors, it was easy to spot, and the Red Dogs took it. So we're going to see what Francois does, and I'm talking about he's probably about to make this very high tech for the time period we're in. These Chevy vans, they ain't no joke. These Chevy vans are really just trucks without the bed, and they just made it into a van. So not only do they have power, there's a lot of space that you can store, and there's a lot of towing capacity, meaning you can carry double the amount of bricks that they were doing in the back of that little pickup truck that they had, and in any of the vans or the limos that they were initially using. So Francois is about to hook this up, and Meech, he's going to break them off a nice chunk of change to get all of these up and running. Because one thing Meech doesn't worry about is the money. We don't do the small bills, 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s. We only do hundreds. All those other bills are too bulky. And it looks like Meech and Terry are going to come to an agreement. Hey, this plan might work. It's always Meech and Terry's ear. Hey, bro, let's do this. We can make it happen. Trust me, this is going to work. And it looks like Terry is finally getting on that page. Terry has Detroit, but Meech is thinking about making this thing international, nationwide, expanding across the globe. Terry, he's just thinking about small time. So that's why him and Meech, both of them are bosses in their own rights. It's just Meech was thinking about doing things on a larger scale than his brother Terry. But they're brothers. They love each other, so they're always going to work together. Foxy is the strip club down in Miami. Remember the last time we seen Angel? She said maybe Miami is for her, and she's here. So she's probably telling Meech, hey, I told you about Glock. Well, you need to come to Foxy if you need to meet some people. Now, I didn't catch this gentleman's name, and we're going to do a deep dive and figure out who he is. But he's telling Meech, when you come to Miami, you have to come to Foxy. Now, Angel is on the stage, but you hear Terry say, whoa, 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 whoa. Those are the Miami killers. Now, they know about Meech because Glock is spreading the word around, and Glock wants blood. So when they see Meech, it isn't a warm welcoming. Meech has told Angel that she wasn't loyal and he got her up out the operation. But after she told him about Glock, that has him looking at her a little bit differently. So I'm thinking that this relationship, we're about to relight the candle and get back to action together. But she's peeping the whole scene, and she knows who the players are inside the club because that's what her job has always been back when she was working with Greenie and telling Meech the information about who comes in and out of the Platinum Palace. One thing we know is Meech ain't one to back down. Now, Meech is smart. He knows when they're outnumbered, outgunned. He knows when to take a step away and then reassess the situation and attack at a different angle. But right now, Terry's right. Hey, we need to get out of here. This ain't a safe place. If we do come in here, we need to show up with 10 to 15 people. BMF, we got to be deep up in here. So Meech is peeping it, and he's starting to look at it like, okay, this isn't anything we haven't dealt with. So we'll be prepared next time we come in here because we got the purest work, we got the best mechanic, and we got to get this money. Now, the Miami killers, I don't think they're going to do anything here in this situation, but you can believe that the word is going to get back to Glock, and he's going to be trying to apply pressure to Meech and Terry as long as they're down here in Miami. So we might have us another little war on our hand, but this might lead into episode 10, the finale, and then we'll pick up where we left off with Glock going into season 4. So 9 and 10, we should start seeing all the action with the cliffhanger going into the next season, wondering how are we going to handle this situation with Glock? Also, back in Atlanta, what are we going to do with Remy Ransom? All right, there we go. A couple of my thoughts and what's next in BMF episode 9, Death Trap. Let me know, do you think that the Miami killers are going to start anything inside the Foxy Club, or they're just going to get word back to Glock, hey, Meech and his brother Terry, they're down here in Miami trying to step on our stomping grounds? Let me know what you think. I'm ModeIJ. If I said anything to make you think, or you just like BMF content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. We've been working. So I appreciate all of y'all. And if you don't see this at 100 likes, hit that like button. Tune in tonight, 2 p.m. Eastern, on the clock. I'm ModeIJ. I'm out.